I wanted to just talk about Christmas movies in general. What movies you like, what you find good about them, the acting style in them, all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So I made a list because I was just thinking, what are some of my top movies that I would consider the best Christmas movies out there? I wouldn't say the best movies, but what I consider the best movies.
Okay.
And do you know what's... Should I do the least first and go to the best, or go to the best least? Least to best?
Least to best.
Okay.
But I already know it's at the top of your list. Can I say it?
Guess it, and I'll tell you once we get there.
Tim Allen, Santa Claus.
Maybe, maybe not.
You
We'll
like
see.
yourself some Tim Allen.
Maybe. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
So, I kind of ranked the first couple for sure on good, and then I just kind of added ones in there. So if you think that the bottom one should be put up in the list a bit, don't be triggered. So, White Christmas, I put that on my list, close to the bottom. I just blanked. Who's the guys in it?
On White Christmas?
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second if it's on the list of things I just pulled up.
I blanked. What are those guys' names?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
White Christmas.
Yeah, White Christmas. It's got some good tunes in it. A lot of how it was filmed, a lot of sets. They weren't on location for any of that film. Mm-hmm. It was all sets. Mm-hmm. Do you remember? When was the last time you watched that film? Has it been a couple years?
Me and Kenzie actually started it like in the middle, like this summer.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't finish it. We watched like half of it.
A lot of sets.
The big sets.
Big
like,
sets, yes,
ones.
but sets and not location at all.
Okay. And what about that makes it at on your list?
Well, that's more of nostalgia. We used to watch that a lot when we grew up. I mean, our grandma had I think a VHS copy of it. Mm-hmm. So we would watch it.
She did
a lot.
We did watch it a lot. It's one of our grandma's movies she liked.
Yeah.
All right. Could I say one?
Yeah, go for it.
It's a Wonderful Life.
That was actually the next one for real on the list. So that's kind of a classic.
All right. If you haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life,
yeah,
it is definitely a very good Christmas story. Mm-hmm. There are things in it that probably aren't super realistic, but the thing is, it's a black and white. First of all,
I think they
remastered it.
They did remaster it because I'm pretty sure I have a copy of a remastered version.
Man, I think. Let's see. I remember. So the beginning of it starts really weird. It has like these stars talking to each other, but they're supposed to be angels, and the synopsis of the film is it goes through this whole life of this guy named George, and he basically he ends up trying to kill himself because he ruined his family business, and this angel comes down from God and gives him the opportunity to see what his life would be like if he didn't exist. And so he gets to see all of the things that would happen to people and those around him, and if he never existed. So he thinks that it's better if he wasn't born, and he gets to see that almost I don't know, there's it's kind of like that, what is it, the Christmas Story vibe, Yeah. You get to experience certain things, but also like at the beginning when he was a kid, he saved his brother from drowning in a sledding accident, and right at the beginning it shows like if you weren't born, your brother would be in the ground, or not at the beginning, but as soon as he goes into this experiment of seeing his life, you'd see his brother wouldn't even be around. It's a Wonderful Life. Highly recommend. It's actually our dad's favorite film. Yeah. We watched it a bunch growing up also.
That is true. So you brought up this film already, but I have a different version of it.
Okay.
You know what this is? This is on my list because I really like this film for some reason. It's funny.
Tim Allen, Santa Claus.
No. A Christmas Story, but not a Christmas story. What Christmas story?
Muppets.
Christmas Story.
The Muppets Christmas Story was the worst Muppets there was, though.
but it was still funny. We always quoted that line. He's like, "What are these?" And he's like,
"And what are these? Those are my nipples." Oh. Yeah, I mean, there was moments. The Muppets always have moments, but I don't know that
out of all the
it was that
Christmas
good.
stories, though, that would be ranked on the top. I mean, did anybody else do? Because there's a lot of Christmas stories. That story been adapted by a lot of different people. What did anybody do it better? There's like a live action version. There's a cartoon version. There's Muppets version. There's a VeggieTales version. There's
VeggieTales. Definitely VeggieTales did it better. I want to see vegetables with eyeballs and mouths walking around. Yeah. They're basically Pickle Ricks.
Basically.
No, I guess no one probably did that story better, but the VeggieTales one was pretty good. I guess I got to give it to Muppets.
Easter version.
Oh yeah, they took Christmas story and turned it into an Easter story, and it was vegetables
because he had a factory that made Easter eggs.
Plastic Easter eggs. It's not very eco-friendly.
Yeah, but they're vegetables. They don't care.
Yeah, it's on such a small size.
Yeah,
it doesn't really affect the environment. I have another good one.
Okay,
The Grinch, the live action. Who played that guy?
That's on my list, but it's up there. So can we talk about another one, and then we'll get back to that one?
Well, I already brought it up.
Okay, we can talk about it now then.
Okay. What's the guy's name who plays the Grinch?
He played Ace Ventura and I can't even think of his name. Yes Man.
Yeah, and also the Truman Show.
Yeah, why are we so bad at names tonight?
It's because it's been a long day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find this friggin' thing. Okay.
Just type in.
All right, I got it. Cast of the Truman Show.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't even see the name, and
Jimothy Carrey.
Yeah.
He did an awesome Grinch.
Yeah.
He was, in my opinion,
the best Grinch.
The best Grinch.
That
was the funniest role he's ever done, in my opinion. I'm not a huge Jim Carrey fan of most things he's done. I'm not actively seeking out to watch him on screen. I think the Grinch might have been the best he's ever done.
Yeah.
Which is probably really disappointing
at
for
that
him.
Film.
But I think the Grinch was really well done. He was really funny.
Yeah.
Maybe it was because he had to wear all that costumes and like you couldn't see his weird face. Maybe that's why I liked it. What's the next film you have?
I kind of combined a couple, but when I say it, you're going to be like, okay, I know why you're kind of combining these.
Okay.
I just put old cartoons like Rudolph, like Frosty the Snowman, like Santa Claus, like they made
stop motion cartoons.
Yes,
claymation. Yeah,
claymation.
It wasn't even really claymation half the time because some of the things like were more felty. I think it was just stop motion animation. Let's see, old stop motion,
like
Christmas cartoons, Christmas movies. We got Rudolph. Frosty the Snowman was cartoon.
Jack Frost.
That's what I was thinking. Well known. Jack Frost. There it is.
Why did they use ice cubes for money? They would just slice ice cubes and it would be money. We used to find that so funny.
Yeah, I think we used to go outside and we wanted to take a saw with us. We would cut ice cubes just like on it with their dad's saw. It never worked really well when we lived in Pennsylvania when there was actually icicles. And we used to make like little money that would melt. They would draw like 1 cent on the icicle and put it in a wheelbarrow. And that's how they did their trade. That's very funny.
Yeah.
It's such a silly concept. You remember this one? It's called It's just called Christmas.
I do remember it. I'm kidding. Let me see a picture.
A Miss Her Brother's Christmas. Let's see. Does it bring anything else up besides this? Oh, yes.
Let me see. Okay.
Let me do images. And do you recognize this at all?
I do, but I can't recall what it was about.
It's... Oh, man. How early was this made? This might have been a weird time. Maybe this is different, because this is a 2008 film. We saw something that looks similar to this before 2008.
Well, some of those characters were in Jack Frost.
Were they?
I think so.
That must be where I've seen them from. There was another one that was kind of creepy, man. Yeah. Maybe it was just Rudolph that I'm thinking. There was the snow...
If you want to...
The snowman that was a monster.
Have nightmares and... just have a good nightmare one night.
Mm-hmm.
Watch these films. Watch Jack Frost,
Rudolph.
Have yourself a good nightmare.
Have yourself a good old adult nightmare. Yeah, some of these old Christmas movies are creepy. The way they were made. Oh, was it? Oh, do you remember the side character in Rudolph, the little elf, who's like weird? I saw a funny sketch that. Well, I'm not gonna say who did it. It just did voiceover work and took that scene, and it was pretty funny. But I'm not gonna say who it is because it's a controversial person.
Yeah. This wasn't on my list, but I know it has to be an honorable mention. I'm not a fan of this film, and you can hate me for it. You probably won't, but I'm saying they probably will.
Go ahead.
Elf.
Why would I hate you for that?
I don't know. Will Ferrell is not, his comedy's not funny to me. So because I can't, when something's cringy, it makes me feel like I don't like watching this because I'm embarrassed. And
that's how you feel about Elf?
Well, Will Ferrell in general.
That's why it's so
comedy,
funny, though.
Yes, but I can't not feel embarrassed.
So you don't like watching it because you feel embarrassed?
A little bit.
Did you see the Will Ferrell one that came out on Netflix?
Yes.
Did you like that one?
The Star and Moon Saga or something?
Yes. I'm gonna give the name so people here that haven't seen it, we can give them a solid recommendation.
I think it's like Star Song.
Let's just type in Will
Star Song Saga. I'm gonna say that.
Eurovision. Have you seen Eurovision?
Yeah, I watched.
Have you seen the one with long hair? Eurovision?
Yeah, I watched like half of it, and then I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Eurovision was terribly funny. I mean, I was dying, man. I don't know why. I think it was just the nature of the characters, but Eurovision was great. You gotta watch it. It's on Netflix.
I mean, yeah, I'll recommend it. A lot of people like it. It's just not my cup of tea. That's why I have to throw it in there as honorable mention.
Besides Elf, what other example of Will Ferrell? Did you see him in The Office for those few episodes he was in?
Yeah.
Did you like him in that? He was pretty cringy there too.
Yeah. No.
He's so good at doing uncomfortable humor. Yeah. It's when he has to play a more serious role is when he's not really funny.
What serious roles has he played?
Like he played that one where he was, I think he was a businessman, embezzled money, and he did it with Kevin Hart.
That was not serious.
Get Hard?
That's supposed to be funny.
No, I'm saying, but he wasn't a silly person.
Yes, he was.
No, he was like a normal person, and he's a little frou-frou, and so he wasn't ready to go to jail. You know?
Yeah, but he plays that as a comedy role. That's definitely not serious.
He was funny. It was meant to be a funny film. You're not hearing what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying, of course, it was funny, but he was supposed to be a normal person. Elf is not a normal person. If you watch who he was on those few episodes of The Office, he's not a normal person. He's like mentally different. Like he's not a normal person. In Get Hard, he was...
You should go back and watch Get Hard.
Get Hard, he was basically a normal business person.
I watched it over quarantine.
Okay, but it seemed like he was basically a normal person, and all of a sudden he's going into an environment he knows nothing about.
I do not recommend that film. Do not go watch it.
Why?
It's very raunchy and just weird.
It's Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart in a rated R film. What else do you expect?
Yeah.
It's fine. If you like those films, watch it.
I didn't
Why
like
not?
it. I mean, yeah. But I mean, I'm just throwing Elf in there as an honorable mention. Not my top film, but it's a decent Christmas movie if people like it. That also has Zooey Deschanel in it.
Yes, it does. If you like New Girl and you don't know what else Zooey Deschanel has played on, Elf. Or the other way around. If you've seen Elf and you think that blonde girl is really pretty and you'd like to see her in more stuff, then go watch New Girl. It's a show on Netflix. It's not a Netflix show,
You know
but
what we
it's
should
on
have done?
Netflix.
We should have brought ourselves a big plate of
Cookies? Should have ate all the cookies right here on this podcast. Munching.
No, I was gonna say a big bowl or a
You don't
big
want cookies?
plate of.
Gingerbread. We should have built a gingerbread house.
I just why
during this
can't I
podcast.
think of this spaghetti with syrup on it?
Oh, we should have had spaghetti with syrup on it, and then put like M&Ms and other
We
things.
should just ate it while we were doing.
What
a
are the
podcast.
4 basic food groups? Candy,
Candy corn,
cane,
candy corn,
candy corn, and syrup.
syrup. Yeah.